Hi everybody and welcome back. It's Jackie here, and this week we're talking about the fruit of the Spirit, peace. And I'm excited to talk about this because quite often that's what I find myself longing for, is just peace and quiet, but mostly peace and quiet. And so when thinking back on this, I was thinking about when our fourth daughter was born, and she was born 10 weeks premature. So she was in the hospital for a couple months. And through that time, it was pretty scary. There was a lot of uncertainty about how she would be developing, how she would make it, if she would make it at all. And on top of that, our third youngest child, she was only about 1.5 years. So she was at home and we had to be going back and forth. And it was just a really difficult time in the lives of our family. But through all of that, I had such a strong sense of peace, and it was something that was completely supernatural and amazing and wonderful. And it reminds me that when we need God, He's there with us. And sometimes He's quiet, and sometimes we don't have that ultimate sense of peace. But we need to trust that He's always there for us, and He's steps ahead of us, helping everything to work out for His good plan, and that He has our back. It makes me think of the time in Scripture when Jesus calms the storm. I'll read it for you right now. It says, "That day when evening came, He said to His disciples, 'Let us go over to the other side.' Leaving the crowd behind, they took Him along, just as He was in the boat. There were also other boats with Him. A furious squall came up, and the waves broke over the boat, so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke Him and said to Him, 'Teacher, don't you care if we drown?' He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, 'Quiet, be still.' Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to His disciples, 'Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?' They were terrified and asked each other, 'Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey Him.'" And in one of the Bible storybooks that my kids have, the Jesus Storybook Bible, it talks about how the wind and the waves obeyed Him because it was God's voice that first spoke them into being. And I love how it makes a connection of God's love and His loyalty with His strength and His might. And when we feel like, "Lord, help us, we're being swamped," He has this amazing ability to show up and give us this peace that passes all understanding. And I feel so thankful for that. Now, how do we enact that? I think that especially with peace, it's one of those things where we just have to have faith, and we have to expect God to show up for us. If we really do believe that God created all of this amazing world that we live in, and if we really do believe that He cares enough about us to love us and come and save us, that we should expect that. We should expect Him to show up for us when we truly need Him, and give us this peace and this certainty to just take one step in front of the other and move forward in faith, knowing that ultimately He's got it. He's got our backs. He knows what's happening, and He has it all figured out. And He's like, why are you so freaked out? There's nothing to be worried about. I've got this. So I'd love to hear in your comments below if you have a story of when the Spirit came and gave you peace that just was kind of mind-blowing and didn't make any sense at all. Or if there's something that you're really needing peace in right now, if you have especially anxious situation in your lives, or something where you'd really like to call on God to come and be your peace in that moment, I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. We'll see you next week where we talk about joy, peace, patience. Hope you can wait till then. Bye.